Hello everyone, this is Ankit Kadiyar from PSIT COE Kanpur. I am going to discuss with the introduction of some arches. We are going to discuss today introduction of arches. First we have to know what is the arches. As we can see that here, the arch is a structure constructed of wedge shaped unit, and for we are going to draw for this type of structure for longer span where we cannot provide a simple truss or something like that. For example, this is the one picture of simple arch here. You can see that here you cannot provide a truss here, simple just truss, because so much wind pressure is coming towards the bridge. Because of that reason we are going to provide some arch here, and after that just simple all column we can provide your simple bridge slab. So because of this we can say that for larger span like bridge, arches are provided instead of beams, and beams have a restricted point, but arch you can provide a your arch is provided by provided you a better sustainability. Okay, now there is three types of arches here. This is based on shape, number of centers and number of hinges provided. Based on shape we can divide into 6 parts, that is flat arch. You can see here the bottom portion of the arch is purely flat. Now you can see here second one is the segmental arch. Some little portion of the arch is partially bent. This is a partially bent. Okay, this is we called a segmental arch. What is the semicircular arch? We know that if this is a circle, if you cut this portion, the remaining portion will be a semicircle. So we are calling this type of arch is semicircular arch. After this is the horseshoe arch. What is the horseshoe arch? We know what is the shape of horseshoe is like that. A small portion is not available here. Because of that reason we are calling them a horseshoe arch. Fifth one is your pointed arch. As you can see here, a little bit pointer is here like this. On joining two curves, this is the tangent. On joining two curves you are getting a point here. Okay, so this is your pointed arch. Now third one is a semi elliptical arch. What is the ellipse? You know this is your shape of ellipse. Okay, this is your shape of ellipse. If you cut the section you will get a half of ellipse is semi elliptical arch. After this, these are the 5 more arches here. You can divide into a 5 part. Okay, this is based on the center. Okay, this is based on the center, the number of arch based on the centers. There is total 5 arches here. You can see that this is looks like a semicircular arch. Okay, and we can see here this is only one radius. The all radius is same from a center. If this is the center of the arch, then the radius from the center is same. Now we can say that this is the one centered arch. How can we say that this is the two centered arch? If we have a, for example, For example, we have a arch like this having point on top. If we have a point on top, that means we are making this arch by a two different curves. If we have a two different curve, that means this portion is coming from a some circle. If this coming from a some circles, now this has a different points. These two different curves giving two different center point. Because of this, we can say that this is a two centered arch. You can see here, for example, this is the center for this curve and this is the center for this curve. So we can see that and we can set that this is the two centered arch. Now what is the three centered arch? This is the semi elliptical arch. Okay, in the semi elliptical arch, the three tangents are there. The three tangents will be here. If three tangents will be here, that means three different points will occur on the plane surface. Now because of this reason, we can set that this is the three centered arch. That means semi elliptical arch is the three centered arch. Okay, now we can see here the four centered arch. That means we have a ellipse, some ellipse and some pointer. The combination of these two arch, when this combination of these two arch, we can get a four centered arch. And what is the five centered arch? It is combined form of ellipse, semicircular ellipse, pointer and semicircular is the five centered arch. These are the total five types of arches based on the centers. Now we are going to discuss based on the hinges. Based on the hinges, there are three types of arch available, that is three hinged arch, two hinged arch and fixed arch. How can we decide this is the free hinge arch, this is the two hinge arch and this is the fixed arch? First we have to decide what is fixed arch. We can see that in the last portion of the beam, last portion of the curved beam is fixed. If beam has fixed support having any load of W kilonewton, we is calling them fixed beam. Similarly, the curved portion, the curved beam having a fixed support at the end, we are calling them fixed arch. After, we have to decide what is the three hinge arch. If three hinge arch as a actually the arches have a crown. For example, we have a arch here, one curved beam, and we have provided one roller and one. Now we have a two support here. This is called a two hinge arch, and after providing a third hinge on the crown of the curved beam, for example, this is your height or rise of the curved beam from the flat panel, and we going to provide a hinge, then we called is a three hinge arch. As you can see that is crown have a one hinge also. crown has a 1 inch also, and 2 supports are also available. That means there is total 3 points. So we can call this 3 hinge arch. Now similarly 2 hinge arch, we don't have a hinge at crown. Because of this reason we calling him a 3 hinge arch. So this is all about the types of arches. Next we are going to do components of arches. Next we are going to do a component of arches. What is the component, and what is the notation, what is the crown, rise and abutment, we are going to discuss here. You can see here there is a support is available, 2 support is available having fixed end. This is called a abutment. These are the abutment. The top portion of the beam, we are calling a crown. What is axis? For example, if we have a beam, curved beam, I am showing you here a enlarged view of the beam. Okay, the center point of the beam, this is the axis of the curved beam. So this is we calling as a axis of the beam. And this, if we have a support here, you can see here, if I drawing, whatever I drawing here is the supports of the beam. So what is the haunch? Second one is haunch. Just after the support we have a enlarged portion here. We have a enlarged portion here. This is we called as a haunch. As I told you, the central portion, height of the central portion is called rise, and the bottom area or bottom beam, bottom portion of the beam is called a soffit, and the beam has a total span. Every beam has a span of L. Okay, so this was the component of arch. Now we are going to discuss some normal thrust and radial thrust in the arches. What is the normal thrust and what is the radial thrust? As you can see here, we have a 3-inch arch here. We have a 3-inch arch here. I am showing you here a enlarged view of the beam. Okay. Now, what is the normal and what is the radial? For example, this is your side view of the radial beam. So, and this is your 3-dimensional view. This is the 3-dimensional view. This is the top view and this is a 3-dimensional view. The axis which is passing through a center point, you can see here, this portion has a surface. This portion has a surface. The diagonal of this portion we can see here calling as radial. This is your radial thrust and this is your axis which is passing through this point is called normal thrust. Normal thrust. You can see here, this is the proper 3D view. You can understand the axis which is passing here. You can see the axis. This is the axis of the beam. The perpendicular axis is called a normal, and this is a radial. Okay, this is the longitudinal portion is called radial, and perpendicular is normal thrust. Now we can draw now we have to find a normal thrust and radial thrust. How can we calculate that? You can see this sphere, the radial shear is going like that. Okay, this is your radial. Now what is your normal thrust? This is your normal thrust is going here, and but we know that we have a axis x and y. Just example, this is a vertical axis and this is your horizontal axis. The angle of normal thrust and horizontal axis suppose is phi, and this will be angle will be, this is your angle will be 90 minus phi. Now the somewhere of this axis there is a point, A. This is that point we are talking about here. Okay, the arch of hinge has a two reactions which is called VA and HA here. VA and HA. Because of this reason we are going to denote these value as VA and HA. Okay, now we have a HA, we have a VA vertical axis, and now we have to just equate these things. We have to just equate these things for a normal thrust and for a radial thrust, or we can say that a radial shear. Just divide these forces into a different component. You can see here, you can divide this this component H. How can we divide that? The normal thrust is normal thrust and horizontal thrust, H cos phi and H sin phi, and vertical value we can divide this like VA cos 90 minus phi and VA sin 90 minus phi. After resolution of these forces, we can equate, and after equating we can get these equation HA cos phi plus VA sin phi and minus HA sin phi plus VA cos phi. This is your called normal thrust, and this is your radial shear. So this was the all about the arches, and this was a little introduction about the arches. In the next class we are going to discuss 3-hinge parabolic arch. Here is some more questions are given in the slide based on the topic we covered here. Here we are telling the questions are telling us what are the different classification of arch based on 3-hinge arches and based on based on hinges and shapes. Similarly, there is a second question given to you: describe and drive for a normal thrust and radial shear in the arches. We know we just read here radial shear and normal thrust. And what is the different classification? Based on the center, the 3 centered, 4 centered, or maybe a 1 centered or 2 centered. Similarly for the shape, we can see here, we saw there uh, horseshoe arches or parabolic arches and semi elliptical arches. That was we read there. So thank you. This is all about the introduction of arches. In the next class we are going to the 3 hinge parabolic arches.